Hello, beautiful people. Happy Tuesday. We have a classic strength and auxiliary workout for today, followed by a heinous WOD. So tuck in, let's get started. After doing 3 minutes of cardio, jumping, running, biking, whatever it is that you want to do, come on back in, and then you'll have 3 rounds of the following 3 movements. So you've got 10 total single leg deadlift. So for that, back straight, chest high, try to keep that working leg knee as straight as possible. Hem down and try to touch your toe. Got it, there we go. Boom. So 5 on each side. From there, we've got pass-throughs again. Grab your broomstick, or if you are like Eli, grab your cat toy. Wrist straight, elbows straight, come all the way around, and tap your lower back. Bring your hands closer together as you move through the warm-up so that you can continue to challenge your mobility there. From there, we have pull-downs with a band. Now, I realize that some of you don't have resistance bands. Hang tight. I'll show you how to do this without them in just a sec. So you're going to take the band and hook it around your thumb. Hold your arm straight above you and lock that elbow out. Get a good grip on that band. Right? Then you're going to overhand grip the band and then pull the elbow out to the side and then down in towards your rib cage. You have 5 of those on each side. And if you don't have a band, what you'll do is from the high plank position, right? It's almost just a hand row. So you're going to come up, squeeze your shoulder, and squeeze your elbow, and then back down. All right? So 5 on each side, 10 total. Once you finish 3 rounds of that, we're going to hold a 90 and 90 stretch. So create 2 90-degree angles at your front knee and your back knee. Line up your toe, heel, knee, and heel into a nice straight line. And square your hips, press both knees down, and then push your chest forward until you can't any longer. And then start to bring it down and hold here for 45 seconds before switching sides. Because you know, symmetry. From there, we're gonna do a Spider-Man hold. So start from the high plank position. Right foot will come up to the right palm. Left knee sinks down onto the ground. Gently press into the side of your right knee. And then try to get your elbows down onto the ground. If you can't get your elbows down onto the ground for this hold, pick up the inside hand, wrap it underneath your thigh, and then grab your foot. And then do your hold for 45 seconds. And then switch sides. All right. So for our first strength circuit today, 3 movements, 3 times. We're gonna do this for quality, not for time. So just take your time on this. Make sure that everything feels right, looks right, and feels strong. The first is gonna be the American kettlebell swing. So for that, we're going to grab the kettlebell, sort of get a little rocking motion going by rocking the hips back and forth, and then start to get it up a little bit higher to that Russian position, so eye height, and then start to punch the ceiling, right? So if we slow this down, this is an explosive hip extension to get it to about right there, right? And then we take it close to the body and punch the ceiling, locking out the elbows at the top. Elbows bend in front of us to bring it down. We catch and change direction. Have so much fun with that. So from there you have the single arm racked reverse lunge. So the rack position for the kettlebell, resting on the forearm and bicep, knuckles under the chin. Take a step back, tap your knee, and then step together. Alternating, do 5, then switch sides, and do 5 more. Boom. The last one for this circuit is 3 to 5 wall walks. I want you guys to do the amount of reps and the distance to the wall that is challenging for you. That's why I put that rep there. So these start from the floor, right? So I'm gonna press up from the floor and then reach up high with my foot. I'm gonna put the other foot on there for support, and then walk as close to the wall as I can. Active shoulders the whole time, pressing through the palms. I'm gonna walk back out in a controlled way, right? So I'm not just falling back down, and then bring my body back to the ground. All right, that's one. Woo, wild hair. So that is strength circuit number 1. For strength circuit number 2, we will do 3 rounds of the following 3 movements. So you have the bear crawl or tabletop pull through, whatever you want to call it. For that, get yourself into position by setting your knees just a little bit further back from your hips, and then hands underneath your shoulders. Right, we're gonna pick up the knees 1 inch from the ground, press them out to the side a little bit for some glute activation so that you're not just resting solely on your quads and hamstrings there. Right, pick up the opposite hand, underhanded grip, pull the kettlebell or dumbbell through, set it back on the ground. The idea here is not to move your body back and forth, right? So your body should just stay. Your hips and shoulders should stay level with the ground, and nothing else should move besides your arm. All right. You can keep yourself honest by placing like a flip flop or something that won't really balance, or a book even, on your lower back. And if it falls off, that's how you can tell that you're not really keeping that balance that you should be. So for the squat hold to press out, you're not going to need a very heavy weight. You'll see from this demonstration that this 26-pound kettlebell is quite difficult for me actually. So for that, you're going to come down into the squat position, right? Don't sit down here and just hang on your joints. Make sure that your quads and glutes are active. So you want to be pretty much having your hips on line with your knees. You're going to press the weight straight out and then bring it back. You're going to do all 8 before you come out of that squat hold. All right? Woo, that was fun. The last movement for this circuit is a sit-up with rotation. So you can do these with your feet together. You can do these with your feet straight. And you can also do these with your knees bent. I like to do them with my feet straight. So hands to your chest. You're going to pop up. As you rise up, you're pulling this shoulder back so that your entire T-spine rotates towards whichever direction that you're going. Lower down, rotate back, and then go to the left side. So as you rise, think about pulling the shoulder of the direction that you're going and back. So I'm going to the left, I'm going to pull my left shoulder back. Boom. 16 total, 8 to each side. Once you finish with 3 rounds of that, you have a death by EMOM today. So what that means is every minute, on the minute, you will perform 1 of the 4 movements for the first minute, 2 of them for the second minute, 3 of them for the third, and so on and so forth. The way it's going to work is if you don't get all the reps done within the minute time allotted, the next minute is a rest minute, and then you start over after that. So let's say I get to 8. So I get to 8, I get my 8 bent over rows done, I get my 8 sit-ups done, I get my 8 push-ups done, and then I only make it to 6 jump squats before the timer goes off. Damn. That 9th minute, I will take a rest, and then that 10th minute, I will start over from 1. Okay? I hope that makes sense to everybody. So let's talk about what you're doing. For your bench over row, I want you to use both hands for these. So the most challenging thing that I have for that is my dumbbell. So I'm just gonna put both hands on here. Woohoo! Get a good grip on it. All right? Back is straight. Chest is high, forward gaze. Pull it to my chest, lower back down. Boom, bench over row. For your sit-up, all right, you guys know these. Whoa. Throw your hands forward, push-ups, lower your entire chest down to the ground, press back up, elbow extension, and then jump squat. Start in the squatting position, land in the squatting position. Boom. After you're finished with the 15-minute EMOM, we are going to accumulate 5 minutes of wall sit. So for your wall sit, I just want to review this. You want to make sure that your heels are out far enough so that when you come down and your hips are on line with your knees are directly over your heels. The top of your hips and your shoulders should be touching the wall, and your hands should not be touching your body at all. I like to tell people to have tea time while they're sitting in their wall sit. So every time that you come down from the wall sit, stop the timer and do 7 push-ups until you accumulate 5 minutes. Have so much fun, guys. I'll just be here, sipping tea.